what do I need to bring to the table as a acquisition entrepreneur engaging with X10 in order to have a successful result? And so it starts with a few different things. One, you have to have the intention and the ability to buy a business. The second is you're ready to take action. And then also having some basic financial qualifications, which is also part of the second week of every client engagement that we go through. So once we start the discovery process and we're starting to parse through and get the vision for what you should acquire, we introduce you to one or more of our lending partners, and they provide us with essentially a pre-qualification letter that says, Client A is pre-qualified to acquire a business up to $3 million dollars based on some analysis that they're going to do with personal financial statement, essentially looking at your income, your assets, other basic information that gives the bank a comfort level that you're a good lending risk. The other few critical pieces of this are you have to have some experience that would be relevant to the business that you're planning to acquire. This becomes particularly more important when we're talking about getting an SBA, government guaranteed loan on a business, which is the most common and most preferred way to acquire a business. This is when we're going to be engaging with one of our preferred banks. They're going to be providing up to a 90% loan on the business. And in the course of underwriting and funding a deal like that, the bank wants to make sure that it's a good credit risk. And so what are the tests that need to happen in order to get to that point? Is you need to have certain amount of financial qualification, need to have 10 to 15% of the total purchase price in the bank sitting there, ready to acquire. And then you have to have a little bit of, reserve money left over. The business has to be qualified for SBA lending. And that's part of the process that we go through for everything that we present to clients. And then the bank is going to want to see some relevant professional experience. So talk about some extreme example that would not be a fit if somebody has been a programmer working in a cubicle on a very small piece of quality assurance code or something to that degree, and they want to get involved in running a branded skincare business that requires, fulfillment, product development. The qualification might be difficult for the bank to put together in that case. So another example where someone would be qualified, if somebody's working for a large corporate entity and they're in advertising sales at a corporate level, and they're going to look at buying a digital marketing agency that sells to large corporate entities that are similar to kind of where they've had experience. That kind of thing is going to be something where it's really easy for the bank to connect the dots and understand that this individual is qualified to buy the business and will de-risk the process of getting the loan. That's pretty much the basic pieces that need to be in place for us to get to a successful outcome and help enable acquisition entrepreneurship for our clients.